Hi guys, I'm Hannah. I grew up in Virginia. I was a student of Cathy's, and as well as Mac, and she asked me to share some poetry today. Learning, taking that creative writing class with Cathy just really followed me throughout my whole life. I continued to be a writer and apply the things that I learned in those classes to other forms of art. I've always been a songwriter as well, but I've been a florist for the past 15 years or so. And I find that a lot of the things I learned in creative writing still apply to the industry of flowers, especially I remember like one thing that has really stuck with me is that um, just letting your madman out and then editing later. Just dialing it back, but just making sure you get the idea out first is super important. I apologize, my dog is in the background, my ear. But we're going to start with a song I wrote. A major theme for me this past year has been the death of my father. And flowers and poetry and songwriting have all been interspersed throughout this. I made the flowers for my father's casket. And there's just so many meanings behind flowers, and it all comes together. Making flowers for my father's casket makes me nervous. My poor heart, I've got to mask it. Rushing through it, I wish I had more time, only moments before our last goodbye. I remember when I was your child, you told me I was stubborn and wild. Maybe we fought because we are the same, part of carrying the family name. Someday, somewhere, I know I'll see you soon, beyond the pain here on earth, beyond the moon. Maybe with time and grace, heaven will save me a space. Though I'm not a woman of faith, I'm willing to wait. Forget-me-nots, delphinium, Queen Anne's lace, snapdragon. Someday, somewhere, I know I'll see you soon. We'll take care of mom until she meets you too. Someday, somewhere, I know I'll see you again. This is just goodbye, it's not the end. Forget-me-nots, delphinium, Queen Anne's lace, snapdragon.
Okay, I'm going to go back up to the first slide and scroll through as you read the other poems.
Okay.
Okay, and then if we can try putting the other song in the chat, maybe we can try playing it from there after the poem reading.
Yeah, sure. This poem is called Sour Grapes. I'm writing my grocery list, and my father is dead in the next room. Avocados, eggs, spinach. He looked so small, like they shrink wrapped his soul and spit it out in the suit he wore to my sister's wedding. He's going underground, and I'm wandering the aisles like I've done a million times before. No one knows I've got a dead dad. I'm just buying grapes. Here's another one called No One Sends You Flowers When You're a Florist. No one sends you flowers when you're a florist, even when your dad dies, even if you kind of like carnations, a flower often considered cheap and ugly. Every flower has a symbolic meaning, and every occasion has flowers associated with it. There's a whole language being spoken. Nihilists say life has no meaning, but I think the opposite is true. It's death that has no meaning. It steals you in the night for no reason at all, leaving your loved ones to make sense of all the missing parts. An empty chair, a well-loved hat, objectively meaningless, yet somehow so loud and clear. And that's the casket spray that I made. And then few pictures back were some arrangements we made at the south rim of the Grand Canyon. I live in Arizona now, so. And then I think I'll read the lyrics for the last song. Oh,
we're just creating this pop-up art. We've been wanting to do these art projects, to be able to flower just for art's sake. I own Bloom Maven, and we are a plant and flower shop in downtown Tucson. We've been able to get these flowers donated from our vendor, Mayash, in Phoenix.
A lot of those flowers are past their prime to go to retail, but we wanted to give them a second life. So what better, thing to do than to give it to a company like Blue Maven and let them do their magic.
Working with flowers, you always have the elements against you, whether it's time or weather, because the medium we work with is so fragile.
Our number one challenge all the time is the weather factor, especially I think living in the desert. Today it's super, super windy and freezing, which we weren't expecting. Nature. I think that was the only challenge today. And that's fine. She can do what she wants to do. We're playing with her children anyway, so. There's not really like a floral school that you can go to, and you can learn certain techniques. Obviously, we can learn about floral care. I feel like it is kind of building an intuition. You can't force it. It is going to curve like this, and that is all you can do.
It's exciting in the sense that you never feel like you know everything. You're always constantly learning and shifting. For me, what feels right is monochromatic color palettes and using different shades of the same color together. So even with the design you see today, there are multiple colors in it, but we've color blocked everything. And that to me feels the most beautiful and the most peaceful. We really have developed our own style. Akiko really has a unique vision, and I think that sets us apart, not only in Tucson, but just in the whole floral community.
Being with these girls and being a part of this family, it's like we go through the craziest things, and we are put in the most like crazy situations, and like it's dirty, it's not glamorous. Then when you see it and you step back, you're like, oh my God, that's stunning.
They hit it out of the park. They used flowers that, there was no rhyme or reason to what we gave them, and they did what they do best and made a beautiful art installation that the rest of Tucson can enjoy.
We are a small business and we're here to make money and all that, but we're also here to be part of the community in a positive way.
Yeah, well, thank you. I shared the links to my songs in the chat if you guys wanted to check those out. But thank you so much, Cathy.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to point out how many times the discussion could have been about poetry. When you're talking about just the discovery of the whole process and that you can't control it. So
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. And